Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my weekly sports chat where we talk about the NRL, the A-League and the NBA. We'll touch on the Super Bowl a little bit. So first off, my team, since 2010, I support these guys because I'm actually a big fan of Smallville and Superman. Kansas City is where he grew up. Kansas City Chiefs broke the 50-year drought and won the Super Bowl after being down 20 points to 10, winning 31 points to 20 over the San Francisco 49ers. Very happy Chiefs fan here. My mate also goes for the 49ers, so that was good to rub it into him. But props to the 49ers, they had a very good season. But we were too good for you, and we took home the win. Anyway, guys, let's get into some NRL news. So guys, we've got a little bit to talk about. There's a few things in my head that I've seen, but I'm just trying to get it all up and running. The first thing today coming out is that Josh Dugan is uncertain over his future. Now, he was rumoured to have signed in the centres potentially for the Sydney Roosters, and I didn't think this was a good signing. I don't mind Josh Dugan as a player, but I think he's one of those players that has his day and then goes to crap, and he was rumoured to be starting in reserve grade. We'll have to wait and see whether he plays. I saw something that Cronulla didn't believe that he was going to... So they thought he was going to recover from surgery. However, he said, I want to medically retire. I'm ready to retire medically, just like Sam Burgess. But that was not the case. So guys, we have the NRL Nines teams, a couple announcements. So we've got Anthony Seibold has confirmed that David Fifita will line up in the 16 competition. Anthony Milford, Payne Haas, Thomas Flegler are highly likely to be in this squad. I think the Broncos will win the Nines. I personally think they'll be too good. When it comes to the comp, I think it'll be a different team. I don't think the Broncos will do very good in the standard tournament. Raiders, Sam Williams and Elliot Whitehead will be the cogs of the green machine in Perth. The club will announce at 5 p.m. Tuesday the entire squad. Hopefully that is every squad, as that is next week, and I can make a massive video for that. Former premiership winning forward Andrew Ryan will dust off his boots and make a comeback for the Bulldogs along with Josh Jackson. Sean Johnson will play the Nines. That'll be very dangerous for the Sharks. All announcements Tuesday, February. So probably make a video next Wednesday. Maybe Tuesday night. We'll see. Depends if I'm working. Wednesday I'm off work. Wednesday, guys. Veteran fullback Michael Gordon, who only retired at the end of last season, will be back to play for the Nines along with Ash Taylor. Full club announced next Tuesday. Manly, Ruben Garrick said he'll be wearing the Nines jersey. Full club announced on Thingo. Cameron Munster is one of the best players in the NRL. That's a big call. So he should be the key to Melbourne's chances. Jason Riley's will coach this squad. Cameron Munster confirmed. Kurt Mann and Aidan Guerra, as well as Kurt Gidley. Kurt Gidley in a Nines jersey. I'm looking forward to this. I like Kurt Gidley. Great Knights player. Good to see how he goes with the current team. I'm looking forward to this. Warriors, no announcements. Cohen Hess will make an impact in the Nines. So Cohen Hess confirmed. Parramatta have locked in Clint Gutherson with our squad to make an announcement on Tuesday, of course. Viliami Kikau will cause havoc with the club February 11, the whole squad. Adam Reynolds will play, and Ben Hunt has been confirmed for the Dragons. For the Tigers, Moses Mbai, and the Roosters, Nick Davies will make a cross-code switch. So, played for the Roosters previously, I believe, and played for the Sydney Swans, which is interesting, this one. I'm just going to see, you can vote on who will win. If I click on Broncos, what do people think? So Eels, 26%. So Eels are the favourite. Broncos, 11%. Rabbitohs, 10%. And West Tigers, 7%, sorry. So they're the top 4. Okay, guys, let's get into the news. So we spoke about Josh Dugan. I don't think there's been any signing. The Eels leadership group, a very important thing. 5 players to lead the club for the year. Ryan Madison, Mitchell Moses, Clint Gutherson, our captain, of course. Junior Paulo leading the forward pack along with Nathan Brown. I think this is good. I think it's good to have a 5-man leadership group, and I feel like we can really do some damage this year, and I really hope we're not inconsistent. I really hope. John Bateman will be getting surgery. Now, where did I see this? Knee surgery, I believe. Minor shoulder surgery, and faces a definite period of time on the sideline. South Sydney, Cody Walker will join Andrew Fifita, as well as Ryan James from the Indigenous All-Stars. But this will be interesting because this injury has hit Fifita, Walker. Ryan James may not even play for the season, which is very frustrating. He's a good player, has a lot of potential, but injury just strikes this man. Origin officially announced. Now, guys, I got my Origin tickets. Me, Emily, and RXYSV2 will be there at Game 2 in Sydney. We're actually 17 rows from the front, so hopefully we can get some good interviews with the players. We'll have to wait and see with that. But they've announced the Adelaide game, round 1. Then there's the Sydney game, then up to Suncorp. Look, if I can get to Suncorp, I will. It's going to be a big ask, though, for me. Number 7 for the Melbourne Storm. Looks like it could be Cooper Johns, Andrew Johns' son. This will be really interesting to see. I haven't actually watched him play as a player. I believe he's 20 years old. He looks really young. I'm going to say 20 years old. But, yeah, very interesting. It's cool that they've got some polls. Josh Adokar will be the leading try scorer. I said Justin Olam. It's annoying how it goes back to the start. So we've mentioned that. Focus Mitchell Moses, ready, blah, blah, blah. Gutherson confirmed. Bulldogs sign England prop, a very good Super League player, to their forward pack. Now, they've signed him on a 3-year deal starting from next year, and that is Luke Thompson. Now, this is a really good signing, and this could make the Dogs a genuine premiership contender. If they get a really good number 6, who I think Brendan Wakeham can really mature in that role, I would put Phoenix Crosland and Brandon Wakeham at the moment for potential Rookie of the Year. Up there as well is Billy Mugalis taking Paul Gallen's spot, but we'll wait and see. But if anyone's wondering that. Also, guys, make sure you comment some questions. I'm going to be doing a Q&A at the end of the month. If you're watching this, I'm going to speak about this in multiple videos. On March 12th, the season comes back. On March 14, my channel is under review, which you guys have seen. I've removed that from future videos now, that little intro I had for 2 months, and they will be deciding whether it stays. If it does stay, they'll be keeping the monetization as well as the live stream should be back. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're up to 3 days ago. There's so much NRL news, but it's all just complete and utter bullshit. Tyson Frizzell hopes to ink new Dragons deal before the season kicks off. So All-Star match is on the 22nd. The squad lists have been announced. I'll make a video probably on the weekend about that one. Zane Tedavano considered retirement after being pushed away from the Roosters. And Adam Dewey signs with the Tigers until the end of 2023 after Rabbitohs release. Be interesting to see if Alex Johnston stays at the Rabbitohs. A few signings coming out of the Rabbitohs, and they're trying to get a bit of money in for this Jai Arrow deal. However, with Ryan James out now, Jai Arrow will be there for the season. Look, guys, I'm going to wrap up the NRL, but it's good to have some news. I hope you guys enjoyed this bit. Let's get into the A-League. So, guys, in the A-League this week, we have the Melbourne City Football Club up against the Melbourne Victory in a Melbourne derby. Melbourne Victory almost got the better of Perth Glory on the weekend. It ended up being a 2-2 draw. Victory are a big underdog in this match. However, I do think Melbourne City will win. I think it'll be 2-1. I think Melbourne City have a little bit too more class for the Melbourne Victory side. They've had a few losses. It's a home game for Melbourne City as well. I'm going to stick my head out and say that Melbourne City will win this one. Perth Glory will play Wellington Phoenix. Wellington and Perth have both been in fairly good form. Perth Glory had won their last 6 games in a row up until these 2 draws, whereas Wellington, I believe, have won 4 out of their last 6, if I'm not mistaken. It's in Perth. I'm going to go Perth. I'm going to say Wellington won't score. I'm going to go with a Perth 2-0 scoreline. Sydney FC, Sydney Derby again. So we get Sydney and a Melbourne Derby up against the Wanderers. The Wanderers, they beat the Mariners 3-1, but Sydney FC are just insane form at the moment. I'm actually going to say that Sydney are due a loss, and I'm going to back Sydney and this Sydney draw as a this Sydney match as a draw. I'm going to go with Sydney 1 and the Wanderers 1, a goal to each side. I actually think I would say that the Wanderers may even score first, if you want to have a bet. And Sydney FC score, wrapping it up as a 1-1 draw. Brisbane Roar play Adelaide United. Adelaide United are in very good form at the moment. Brisbane Roar have won a couple games, but I think Adelaide United will win this. I wouldn't be surprised if Adelaide win this maybe 3-1. I think Adelaide are getting a few goals, moving up higher in the ladder. What are they coming at the moment? Adelaide are in 5th position. I think they'll be at the top 4 by the end of this weekend. And then in last place, you've got Newcastle Jets. And the final game, Newcastle Jets against the Central Coast Mariners. Now, I did say the Mariners would win last week. Very unpredictable. 3-1 loss over the Western Sydney Wanderers. Very disappointed. Newcastle Jets, on the other hand, they're at the bottom of the ladder. They're at home. I think Mariners will win this game. I do not know what the scoreline will be, but potentially even 2-1. The Mariners at $6 is too big on Sportsbet. This game, I know it's at Newcastle home. Mariners have had a couple losses. They had a very good game against Melbourne Victory. I really do expect the boys to come out firing, and I expect them to get a win. And if they do win this game, I believe this will move them up to 8th position, which is a bit of a jump, and push the Wanderers down. I'm going Mariners to win this one against Newcastle Jets. So if I'm to add betting odds for this, I would go, let me get rid of these NBA tips. Should have filmed that video first. Anyway, A-League matches. Melbourne, Perth, draw at $4 for Sydney FC. Well, I'm going to leave that alone. Adelaide, Mariners, those 4 there. Very good price at $45 head to head. I would say the best bet of the week for me would be, give me a second. Okay. I would go same game multi Perth Glory. I would go both teams to score no. And I would say in the second half, Perth Glory win. So we'll add that to BetSlip at $4. Then we're going to chuck in why is it going to EPL? No. There. We're going to chuck in the Mariners here. The Mariners are value. $5.50. Jets $1.62. I know we've got a bad record against them, but I really do think we can win this game against the Jets. So I'm going to back the Mariners. I said 2-1, so I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals. I'm going to go with both teams to score yes at $8. You add that to your bet slip. $32. That's my best bet of the week. Perth Glory to win. Both teams to score no. Perth Glory to win the second half. So maybe a goal each half. And then in 3-leg same game multi, Mariners to win over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score yes. So if you chuck $2 on that, $64. Been going pretty good with some multis lately. Had a couple for the Super Bowl. One failed with one leg with the rushing yards from Pat Mahomes, unfortunately. But anyway, guys, they're my A-League tips. Let me know yours in the comments. Let's get into the NBA. Before I start talking about the NBA, guys, I forgot to mention, I am wearing a Sydney Sixers hat to let you guys know. You guys know I'm a fan. I've been to the match against the Sydney Thunder, and it could be against the Sydney Thunder this weekend. We'll have to wait and see if the Stars or the Thunder get there. But we did beat the Melbourne Stars in the qualifier, and we're off to the grand final. I've got my tickets with RXYSV2 to the SCG. I'm really looking forward to this. It's my first time there. It's meant to rain, and as long as they bowl one ball you don't get your money back, which is very unfortunate. I really hope there is some good matches. I would like to see the Melbourne Stars, because I think they can beat the Thunder and provide competition for us, but we can still win it. However, a Sydney Derby would also be good, so I'm clashing between what I want more to happen. Anyway, guys, let's get into these NBA tips now. So, Phoenix Suns against Detroit Pistons. The Pistons have not been very good lately. They're at $2.15 as they are due a win here. Phoenix Suns at $1.70. I'm going to go the Suns. I'll back the Suns in this match. Golden State Warriors against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, Golden State Warriors got a very unexpected upset win over Washington Wizards. They only just won 125 to 117 after blowing a 20-point lead. I think they'll get beaten. I'm going with the Brooklyn Nets. Indiana Pacers versus Toronto Raptors. Now, Oladipo, if I'm saying that right, has been in very good form since he returned to the Indiana Pacers. But I'm not sure. Oladipo, yeah, that's his name. If you'll score over 12 points is at $1.86 and under is $1.87. High scoring points for the Pacers. I think the Raptors will be too good for the Pacers, so I'm going to chuck the Raptors in there at $1.39. Next up, we've got Orlando Magic and Boston Celtics. Really looking forward to this matchup. Orlando have been in good form, and the Celtics kind of almost choked against Atlanta Hawks. I'm going to go with the Celtics here, purely based at home. Don't be surprised if Orlando get up here, I think. At $2.86, we have the Atlanta Hawks against $1.43 Minnesota Timberwolves, so Minnesota at home. This might surprise you. My best bet of the week is Atlanta Hawks at $2.86. I really do think that the Minnesota Timberwolves are in shocking form at the moment. I believe they're on 6 straight losses, and I think Atlanta will get them. They showed me enough against Boston Celtics, and I think they'll win. Oklahoma City Thunder at $1.13 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Very surprised if Cleveland win this game. I'm chucking Oklahoma in there. Memphis Grizzlies and the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going the Mavericks. I think they're in very good form at the moment. I backed them in an upset the other day over, who was it against? Over the Pacers. They went in as underdogs and they won that match. Good payout there. They were at about $2.90. Denver Nuggets against the Utah Jazz. I'm going the Jazz to get back in that winner's circle. The Utah Jazz have lost 4 straight against Portland, the Nuggets, the Spurs, and the Rockets. I think they'll get back in the winner's circle, especially at home here. Last but not least, we have the Miami Heat against the Clippers. This is the most exciting match for me. Jimmy Butler up against Kawhi Leonard in regards to the points. Paul George has shown some very good form for the Clippers. Very hard to pick. $3.16 for the Miami Heat is such a good price, and $4.30 to even win by 1 to 10. I think the Clippers will win this by 1 to 10. I'm going to chuck the Clippers in there. So recap: Suns, Nets, Raptors, Celtics, Hawks, Thunder, Mavericks, Jazz, Clippers. Get you $32.76. And if I'm to back a crazy multi, I've got one here pre-made that I'll read to you guys now. I believe it's 5 legs for $40 that can get up. Brooklyn Nets will beat the Golden State Warriors. Raptors will beat Pacers with over 216 points in the match. Hawks will beat Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm confident on that one. The Dallas Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies will be under 229 points, and the Dallas Mavericks will get the better of them. And the Clippers at $1.39 against the Heat. I was very close not to chucking that in, but that gets you $39.94, and I have a good feeling about it, so hopefully I'm right. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Covered the NRL, the NBA, and the A-League, so we're done. Touched on the Super Bowl, which I'm very happy about. Let's go the Sixers on the weekend. I posted a couple NRL videos, to go and check those out. And in a moment, I'll be making my Melbourne Storm season review, which is my final season review of 2019. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button, like this, and I'll see you guys in that Melbourne Storm video.